Hi, my name is Dan Smith and I just wanted to stop by and say hello and that I hope you all enjoyed the North Tyneside Book-nic. So when I was growing up, the first thing I ever wanted to be was a cowboy because I loved watching westerns. In fact, I always wanted to be something I had seen on the TV or read about in a book. And as I grew older, books became very important to me because I found myself in all kinds of difficult and sometimes quite lonely situations. And picking up a book and losing myself in a story was a great kind of escape for me. It meant I could forget about the things around me and I could just disappear into another world. I could be another person. So it makes sense, I suppose, that I eventually became an author, and now I've published, I think, something like 25 books about all kinds of different things. So I've written adventure stories, I've written science fiction stories, I've written historical stories, and perhaps my favourite, horror stories. Now I thought I might read to you a small extract from one of my books, and it makes sense to read from my latest book, which was published just in May this year, and it's the third book in the Night House Files series. So the Night House Files is a series of unconnected stories which all have a scary element to them. So the Night House itself is an organisation that investigates strange things that happen around the world. The supernatural, extraterrestrial, uncanny, weird things that governments and maybe big companies want to cover up. And these are investigated by an organisation, a very secret organisation called the Night House. And they keep all their findings in files, which they keep secret. And they are looked after by somebody called the Night Watchman. Now, from time to time, the Night Watchman sends one of those files to me and asks me to turn it into a story. And the House of Horrors concerns a British family travelling across America, going across the West Texas desert when their car breaks down and they are rescued by a very mysterious stranger who takes them to a deserted ghost town in the desert called Coyote Creek. And there the family becomes locked inside a waxworks attraction called Dr. Kilgore's House of Horrors. Now, the thing about these books that makes them really exciting, I think, is that you don't just get the story, you get all the other information that goes with it. All the things that I get from the file that the Night Watchman sends me. So you'll find excerpts from websites, there are emails, there are text messages, there are newspaper articles, there are interviews, all kinds of things to help build the story and put it together. And also there are some pretty awesome illustrations. So I thought I'd read you a little bit from it, and I'm going to read you a bit right from the beginning. I'm going to put my glasses on so that I can see properly. So this is the House of Horrors, and the first thing in the story is an article from a website, or an excerpt. So I'm going to read that to you. So this is an excerpt from an article on a website called mondobizarro.com, and it's dated March the 22nd, and the title is What Really Happened at Coyote Creek. Hey truth seekers, how about this for a weird little story? Between 2017 and 2019, 32 people were reported missing in a large area of the Chihuahuan Desert in West Texas. For a long time, the police were completely clueless. It was as if the people just disappeared off the face of the earth. Abducted by aliens, you might think. Or perhaps it was a new Bermuda Triangle. Well, we still don't really know. But what we do know is that in July 2019, events led police to an abandoned town 2 miles from the lonely desert highway. The town was called Coyote Creek. It was a so-called ghost town, which aren't unusual in West Texas. Abandoned mining towns and other failed communities litter the harsh desert landscape, but Coyote Creek was hiding a dark secret. You see, in the middle of the town, among the broken and collapsing buildings, police discovered a large house. Inside that house, they found the remains of all those missing people, all 32 of them. The exact state of those remains has never been made public, but rumours tell of strange cults outlandish waxworks, and even the undead. For a short time in July 2019, Coyote Creek was a hive of activity. Police and federal investigators were on site for several days, and witnesses report seeing many vehicles entering and leaving the area. But soon after the investigation was over, almost all records were lost in a fire. Everything went up in smoke like someone was trying to get rid of evidence. The house itself was demolished, along with the rest of Coyote Creek, and now there is no trace of the town or of what happened there. The whole incident smells like a cover-up to us at mondobizarro.com. There's an official version of events, but we just don't believe it. Something bizarre happened in that house, something that would make your hair stand on end. Government experiments, maybe? A satanic cult? Alien invaders? No one really knows for sure, except the people who were there and those who covered it up. So, fellow conspirators, what do you think really happened in that old house in Coyote Creek? And why are the authorities covering it up? Put your thoughts in the comments. So there you go, that's the first thing we get in the book. And if you want to find out the truth behind what happened in that house at Coyote Creek and why all those people disappeared, and more importantly, why the Slade family got into trouble when they broke down in the desert in West Texas, well, you'll have to read the book. Okay, so I hope you all have a great time. Enjoy the Book-nic and keep reading.